Hello there, my name is CPA Kirogo. We are continuing with the Income Tax, Charitable Organization and Donation Exemption Rules 2024. We did our first video. You can check on the video on the introduction of this. Today we want to do just the definitions, and these rules may be cited as Income Tax, Charitable Organization and Donation Exemption Rules 2024. We go to the definition, and the first is what is an approved project. An approved project to mean the project approved. And on that video we said that these rules were signed by CS Njuguna Ndongo on 26th of May 2024, and there are 28 rules that have been set so that KRA can be able to align on the issues of donation. And if you check on rule number 4, which is the requirement for exemption, and it says that pursuant to the section 13(1) of the Act and paragraph 10 of part 1 of the first schedule of the Act, the income of a charitable organization which accrued or was derived in Kenya shall be exempt from tax to the extent that the commissioner is satisfied that this charitable organization is expended in Kenya, and 2, it is expended for charitable purposes which results to the benefit of the resident. If you check on number 5 of these rules, which is the establishment of the charitable for charitable purposes only, the charitable organization shall be considered to have been established solely for purposes of only if it is organized and operates exclusively for one or more of the charitable purposes. And why are we doing these videos? I know there are quite a number of taxpayers and who are out there who have established NGOs and maybe children homes, and these are the kind of the charitable organization that we are talking about. And it's good that you are able to understand what the acts, what the rules talks about, so that whenever that you want exemption from the commissioner, or if you are a taxpayer outside there and you want to do donation, how can you be able to claim these expenses and you not have issues with KRA? That is the purpose of this video. And the second one is that it is established, its charitable purposes are directed towards public benefit and result to the benefit to the resident of Kenya. And if you check rule number 8 of these rules, the purpose and activities of the charitable organization shall be considered of public benefit if the purpose and activities are beneficial in a manner that the beneficiaries are identifiable and attest to the said benefit. So if you are doing the donation or you are doing the charitable purposes, they must be identifiable. There must be people who are actually on the ground and benefiting from this charitable organization. And also B, you can check that the benefits of the charitable activities are related to the charitable organization purpose. So if you want to establish maybe a children's home or a charitable organization, it must have its objectives, and that one must be aligned. And maybe another one, you can say that the people living in poverty are not excluded from the opportunities to benefit. And if you check on rule number 9, of these rules, you'll see that the income of the charitable organization which accrued or was derived in Kenya shall be exempt for tax under paragraph 10 of the first schedule if the charitable organization established solely for the following purposes. So if you want to claim this, or if you want to have an exemption certificate as an NGO, as a charitable organization, as a children's home, it must be they have been established for relief of poverty as an objective. And the second one is the relief of distress from the public, and also the advancement of religion, and also lastly the advancement of education. So what does relief of poverty for public benefit means? If we check on this rule number 10, for the purpose of paragraph 10 and of part 1 of the first schedule to the Act, relief of poverty means to bring relief of those persons experiencing poverty or are in need. And also, a person shall be deemed to be experiencing poverty or is in needy if the person does not have the ability to acquire the basic necessity of life or simple amenities, which is the majority of the population in Kenya would regard the necessity for modesty but adequately for the standard of living. And if you check on rule number 11, rule number 11 talks about, says that a charitable organization shall be eligible for exemption on the basis that is established for advancement of religion, if it proves that. So if you are a religious organization and you are doing charity, rule number 11 covers this, and this one says that it is organized and operates exclusively for the advancement of a religion. So if you are a religious organization, you must not have any other activity that you are doing so that you may qualify for charitable organization. And also it means all the relevant requirements prescribed by these rules. So there must be, if you are a religious organization and you are doing charitable organization, you are doing or you want to, maybe you are a taxpayer and you want to contribute to a religious organization, you must check that this religious organization meets the requirements of a charitable organization, as we have mentioned earlier above. And lastly, we'll talk about number 12, which talk about the public benefit or public institution. And what does rule number 12 says? A charitable organization shall be eligible for exemption on the basis that is established for advancement of education if its object of the charitable organization is, maybe I can mention just 2 or 3. One is provision of basic education under the Basic Education Act. So if you want to do, if you're a taxpayer and you want to do donation to a public, to an institution, a basic education institution, it must be a public institution under the Basic Education Act. You must check for whether the school that you're doing the donation to for charity purposes, does it meet the Basic Education Act. And the second one is that the provision of university education by a university or a technical university as defined by the University Act. And the Act and these rules are very clear and they are very deliberate, so that you cannot just go and get maybe a technical institution which is not or an university and do donation which is not aligned to the University Act. And lastly, the provision of a technical, vocation, education and training by an institution as defined by the technical and vocation education training. I know these are technical terms and they are technical things. So if you are out there and you want if you want to establish a charitable organization, kindly talk to us, and so that we can be able to take you through these rules, and maybe you can consult on your behalf so that you're able to align with KRA. If you are a taxpayer and you have done donation to a charitable organization, have this charitable organization met the rules which are set, the 28 rules? So if you have those needs, kindly talk to us and we are going to take you through. So we are going to be doing the last video. Check out for the next video. Thank you very much.